Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I could not remember the name of the game. I was going to say Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, and I'm like, no, that sounds wrong. Either way. So, I think today is the day of the third? No. Today is the third day, and it's another trial day. Alright, defendant lobby number 1. Ooh, this actually fits. I was testing out different, screen sizes on my TV, and it seems that wide zoom actually works pretty good. Not too shabby. Awesome. By the way, so what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. Lana. Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologise for yesterday. I was indisposed. Hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Skye, We discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. You found Officer Marshall's traces? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Do-do-do-do! February 24th. 10 AM, District Courtroom number 9. God, there's so many of them! And they're all clones. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Oh. Never mind. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yeah, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow. This is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to prevent impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. Where the hell's my stylus gone? There it is. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Dunk! Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. This is one of the more bizarre but interesting trials. Meekins! He's such a character. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Oh my god. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is... Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Oh my god. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Oh my god, Meekins is such a character. He's so hilarious! What the shit? Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake. Oh. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others... Wait, do unto to others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Yeah. So now... Crime report, sir. Alright, so now we just have to press everything. Hold it. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the head detective, sir. God, that creepy fucking thing. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. You say, oh, very well. I see, sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Suspicious man. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? It must be the 4989. There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir, it's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596, it entered and left. It's shown as being used twice. Hang on. Someone could have used Bruce's card to get in, and Mike's to get out. Maybe. Please explain, witness. Yeah, it's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, we got some more data. I think the data's just adding his name to the sheet. Okay. I was suddenly attacked. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. Jesus. Fought for his life, then he did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I, see. Must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir. He passed out. Wait, you probably passed out from the punch. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Oh god. Yes, sir, the blue badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. Huh. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The Chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. Videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Ooh. Why did no one run this by me? What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. What the fuck is happening? Well then, let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim. Oh. Please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Oh my god, it actually shows a video. What the heck, this is cool. That thing is fucking terrifying. Okay, that's him then. Oh my god, look at Meekins! Oh dear. It looked like Meekins was gonna get stabbed there, actually. Oh damn. He's gone. Jump scare! Interesting. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Perfect! Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. So, Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. Well, he was wearing his coat and hat. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. That's true. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. So what's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Well. It's time to press again. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. Okay. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Oh, what the fuck? I was like a chicken, getting choked. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. Okay, he opened the locker which required his fingerprint to do so. About these lockers. Is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. He is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. How do you know that information? I've heard rumours, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him, no one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? I'm confused. Hang on a minute. Am I actually able to look at this? I've got so much shit. Ugh. Oh god, touch check to player. I mean, it's usually the case of, yes, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman. But this video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. How would... he would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, pause, or pause the video. Take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times, I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman? Whoa. This is cool. Oh shit! I see it. Yes, I do. The light's on. If the light is on above a locker, it means it's open. So the locker was already open. Ah. I don't think it matters. Boom. Boom, bitch! The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. So, sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. How many times do we have to watch this fucking thing? It's so creepy. Ooh. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little earlier. We're just showing that it was already open. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. A fucking choking chicken. Order, order. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well. Just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the electronic system. Something... jam the sensor, you say? There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause of this. Okay. I'll just fast forward a bit. Oh! Oh, fuck. Haha, that's so cool. Eh. I really hope this works. Woof! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Like how there's no sound. So they used the rubber glove to jam the lock. Huh, interesting. What's this? Well yeah, rubber would jam it actually. Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure that item was in the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers when the lock... triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? I mean, you can't tell it from the angle, but as soon as he opens it, it drops directly from where a lock would be. Yeah. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Yeah, a rubber glove. Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? rubber glove. Boom, SL9 again. Boom. I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir. It would appear so, sir. Oh, God. Still can't get over the, like, choking, jicking noise. Order, order, order! So are we to believe, then, that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honour. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defence has merely demonstrated the possibility, and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins? Please testify about this. I love his fucking animations. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Funny joke? I don't know why I had that in my head, but I did. Very well, begin your testimony. So what's this one? Testimony number... Oh, Mystery Man number 2. Or is it like a continuation? There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, you must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. That's true. So, an ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honour. And yeah, it is, it's there. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff, such as SL9. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Okay. Okay, mystery man number 2. One other thing that proves a man was Detective Goodman. So do I have anything that contradicts? No, her cell phone, law plans, victim shoe, switchblade, testing fluid, ID card record, screwdriver. Oh, there we go. A half-written document. The date was 2/21 to be submitted to the chief. Oh, it says it lost it. Oh, right, I see. It goes to show that his ID is lost because he doesn't know his number. Go! The music cut out, which means that's correct. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card. Right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. Your Honour, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.